I enjoy everything about playing the accordion. It's very fun. It may look very hard, especially the left hand, because there's a lot of buttons, but it is really not that hard. It's basically just like the piano. You have a right hand and you have a left hand, and it's pretty straightforward. I think a lot of it comes naturally, but competitions can be a little bit stressful sometimes. I practice a lot because I feel like the more I practice, the more I feel secure.
People always say to me, do you have to be Irish to do Irish dancing? And Rio is the classic example, with a mother from Taiwan and a father from Mexico. No Irish connections whatsoever, but passionate about everything Irish.
When I met Rio when he was tiny, he was only like 6 years old, I didn't actually know if he could speak. For the first couple of months, he said very, very little. He just sort of observed everything, took everybody in.
I was a little bit reluctant at first and like kind of shy and a little stubborn, honestly. But then as I got older, I started thinking of it as a sport. And it didn't really feel like a dance, but more of just like part of my life, and I had to do it.
He wasn't a naturally talented dancer, but he worked so hard. He probably has the best work ethic of anyone that's ever come through this school. As I always tell people, hard work always beats talent if talent doesn't work hard.
Whenever I dance at Irish dancing competitions, there are always live music, and a lot of the times there's accordion, and I found that very interesting. So on my 10th birthday, I asked my mom if I can take an accordion lesson, and she was like, oh yeah, sure. And from there, I just completely fell in love with it. My classical teacher for accordion is Mr. Dave Caballero. He basically changed my life. Mr. Caballero opened a whole new world to me.
During COVID, he decided that he wanted to explore Irish music, and he took classes on Zoom with a very accomplished teacher, Anne-Marie Costa-Williams from New York. And then he went to the Fleadh Cheoil, which is the All-Ireland Championships of Traditional Irish Music in Ireland.
The students that I have that I've taught in New York, which is where I'm based, they have access to music on a fairly regular basis in a format that Rio would not at all be able to achieve in Los Angeles. For him, traveling to these competitions was a much bigger deal.
After the first All-Ireland I went to, I was a little bit disappointed in my result because I didn't get top 3. It made me want to go back and show that you don't have to be Irish in order to compete, and that you have a fair amount of chance even if you are not Irish. I basically took that failure and made it kind of into a stepping stone and learned from my mistakes I previously had. I tripled my practice time basically, and that definitely paid off because I got second the next year. Obviously second is very, very good, but you still have that first place. So then I quadrupled my practice time basically, and practiced basically almost every single day for at least an hour. And on the weekends it'd be like 4 hours. And it paid off, and then I won my first All-Ireland.
It's a very, very difficult thing to do. So what happens is all of the best musicians all throughout Ireland and Britain and the United States and Canada have already been eliminated by the time you get to Ireland. So once you're at that stage, at the final round, those are your only competitors. So, and to bring that to California and the United States after learning virtually during a pandemic is just beyond what any of us could have hoped and dreamed for.
We have nothing to do with initiating his interest, his discipline, his focus. It's all driven by his enthusiasm and challenges that he puts on himself.
He is really a true hero for me, he doesn't quit. Rio is that kind of kid that, especially when something he set his mind to learn or to do, he usually doesn't quit. It's intense.
So basically if you win the All-Ireland, For the 12 to 15, you'll get this cup. My name is over here, 2024 Rio Navarro CCE, Killer and Clancy, Wayland, USA.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.